and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is me, Dukect, here live on TalkShoe.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Thursday evening and the last day of August of this year, 2017. And we're slowly but surely marching down to the end of the year. And wow, it's been one interesting year. One very interesting year of craziness in wrestling. And just honestly, this week alone, there are going to be people talking about this week in wrestling because, quite honestly, what happened this week, woo, what a huge, and I do mean huge, the Sexy Star and Rosemary is having a Triplemania. We'll be talking about that. And if you want to get into that, ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk to me live here on the Dukect Lounge. Remember, there is a lot of ways you can connect to me. You got the chat room. It is on lock. As always, if you can't call in, I want to hear your thoughts on the chat, and everything is on lock. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Also, if you want to call me and connect to me, Dukect, the live version everyway. Remember, number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Whoa. Well, there's a lot of interesting to talk about. We've got the Roman Reigns and Cena stuff and all the other stuff. And quite honestly, there's a ton of things to talk about. And I want to hopefully get to you guys, the people, because at the end of the day, that is who is the most important thing here, ladies and gentlemen. It is about the people. It is about everything that is talking about here live on TalkShoe.com and also here on here. TalkShoe, but also you can find my stuff here not only on TalkShoe but also on the Freaking Awesome Network, Freaking Awesome Network boards. Freaking Awesome Network, their guys are great. Also, you can find me on ManicExpression.com, and you can also find me at YouTube.com/Dukect and on Minds. I will put the Minds link in the description as well. If you can find me, I'm going to be posting more stuff on there as well. And on VidMe as well. You can find me at VidMe. Yeah, I'm spreading everything else. I might think about getting a BitChute account or anything else. I might be posting these on Rumble.com. That's another video sharing site that has posted both my videos as of late. I have been posting both my WrestleMania review there and also my latest Marine 5 review there. I might be posting more stuff there as well if things go according to plan. I might post on VidLil if it gets, the upload speed is on point. But at this point in time, I am still going to be using YouTube, VidMe, Dailymotion, which I rarely use at this point. Only use, because again, I think VidMe, even though it has some big issues with embedding in some sites, but overall, I'm still happy with VidMe. Yeah, I am going to be doing that as well. So I will be continually doing that as well. So anyway, let us get into the big stories here. Let us talk about Sexy Star and Rosemary. It all started, ladies and gentlemen. It started from AAA, the AAA pay-per-view this past Saturday. I haven't seen the show. It was live on Twitch. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't really care for AAA. I know I'm not a big wrestling fan. I should watch all the wrestling shows, but quite honestly, I'm getting a little burnt out of all the wrestling stuff. NXT, you got the Mae Young tournament, which I heard is good, but I'm just a little burnt out on wrestling. I'm just going to keep it small at this point. And until, my mood comes in right now, I will not be watching most of it because I'm feeling burnt out on the wrestling personally. But anyway, regardless of that, I want to hear y'all want to hear my thoughts on this whole situation, how this thing began. So let's get started. All right. And I quote. AAA let's see, it happened down in AAA Triplemania. Let's see, 35, I believe. At least, no, not 35. That's X is Roman. That's 2. X is 25. Triplemania 25. It was a match for the Sexy Star defending the AAA Ria de Reyes Championship against Rosemary, Lady Shia, and Ayako Hamada. If you remember Hamada, she actually was in TNA for a while, and I think she actually won the. Hold on. Let me go check this. Is this the same woman who was on TNA? I think she was. Yes, she is. She's really good. I actually like her. She was the reign of the TNA Knockouts Women's Champion. Yes, she is. She was actually a yeah, she was she was winning a global. Let's see. Her championships include in TNA is the TNA Knockouts Tag Team title, which, by the way, I honestly would not mind that coming back, a women's tag team. Not now, because the roster deaths from both Raw and SmackDown are not good right now. Personally, I think they should end a brand split at this point because the shows are not really good. The best thing that they can do right now is to end the brand split, because it's not really, both shows are draining water at this point. But yeah, I like the idea of a women's tag team title just to make them feel more important. Because hey, you have tag matches, you want to make them feel, because hey, some women, are not every woman is gonna win the main title. I like to say, difference, like, tag team, teamwork, that sort of thing. But then again, WWE hates tag teams at the moment, so. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm sorry. I'm serious. I'm sorry. But yeah, Ayako Hamada was in this match, so yeah, it's a little interesting stuff here. But yeah. On a serious note, Rosemary was injured during this after this match, because at the end of the match, Sexy Star popped Rosemary's arm out of place while applying her armbar submission, which appeared to be a shoot. And the injury is, at first it was thought it was going to be really serious, but now it looks like it's going to be, it looks like it was just a strain. It looked like it was something really, Rosemary will be back on her feet soon. That's a good thing. And also, after the whole situation, they said the backstage scene was really crazy and everything else. But Sexy Star left the arena. Sexy Star, who, let's see, from Lucha Underground fame. Her real name is, Dulce Maria Jose Maria Gracias Rivera. She is also not only that, but also a professional boxer. Also the first ever Lucha Underground Women's Champion. Yes, this was actually, I really liked her storyline and such, and I praised this storyline not just in this podcast, but also in others, and other people who have, all the other stuff. And this just really depressed me because I really did like Sexy Star. I really did like Sexy Star, and tried to really, really thought she was going to be something, really good, something really positive for the women, and not just, to say that women can do all these, things like that, progressive stuff. But, it's not, this stuff right here, it just really is cruddy. And she left the arena, but yep, she was brought by a Vampiro, and she, she had to apologize to Rosemary and such. And Star then left quickly again. I'll put the link in the description about all the reactions here. We have, quote, let's see, a lot of people here. Supposedly you have Ali Impact says, quote, just watch a clip from AAA, and I am even more angry than I was last night. That's Ali. Madison Rain said, quote, Rosemary is one of the safest, most professional people I've ever been fortunate to share a ring with. And all the love for Demon Queen. And let's see. There is a response here, and I will look this right here and see the response. And it's from Rosemary. And let's see. She's right here. 24 hours removed of the entire stuff. Right here. Quote. Right here. This is from her Twitter. It says, quote, was Rosemary. Let me make this perfectly clear. If you take liberties with someone's body when they're giving it to you, when they are giving it to you and trusting you to keep them safe, you are not tough. You are an asshole, and you don't belong in this business. Sexy Star decided to do that this weekend at Triplemania. And while I remained quiet on social media until I was more calm and adjust the situation, I have now been informed that she is telling people that it is a work. You're now being informed that Sexy Star is a liar. She was a liar in the locker room and was forced to apologize, and instead cooked up some bullshit excuse that she didn't know, and she's a liar now. You know if you're torquing on someone's arm, you know an arm bar is real and a dangerous hold. The only reason your face is not broken right now is because a little voice inside my head as I laid down and Abraham kept repeating, don't go to Mexican prison. Thanks, Steven. Sit down there. However, turning to positives, the outreach from the wrestling community has been incredible. I am overwhelmed with how much love I feel right now from friends, fans, and people I've yet to meet in this amazing business. We are a family and we protect our own. If you violate that, you're not welcome here. I also think the AAA locker room, multiple people came up to me and saying how sorry and disgusted we were. Thank you, Hamada and Shani, who also had to deal with that BS from Star during that match. Thank you, Vampiro, for professionally trying to calm a violent situation. Though you, as you know, once the excuses pouring out of Sexy Star's mouth, now, in lieu of apology, it was over. Thank you to the GFW locker room, both present that night and not. I have so much support from everyone, and talent crew have all reached out and shown me that. And that's the response from for Rosemary about Sexy Star. There is a lot of stuff that I had there, and there was a lot of things supposedly from Sexy Star as well. Right here, Sexy Star has made she has made multiple comments saying it was a work, it was a shoot, and everything else about all what happened at that point. Well, it's now it's like she made the following statements, right? So here's another statement right here, and says, quote, the truth is that these days have been very very difficult for me. On Saturday, I had a championship fight. Was very hard. I think I went all out of hand. I do not know. It's a situation that right now I'm a bit confused. I want to be silent and feel when I feel that it is the moment I will touch the subject. But there is something I said to Adrian. The worst I feel is when I pull out the claw. And I think that's what happened to help me today. Thank you. This is translated to Standard. It says, by the way, it says, quote, I have heard what men say to me, women, they want to break up with me to withdraw from the sport. Here I am, as I said in the beginning. I will not stop. I am no representation of all the women who has been mistreated physically or psychologically, and I think I have to be stronger than ever. And if that moment I went through a strong depression and I left, I will also leave this one, Mr. Savannah. The truth was a complicated subject. I'm in blackout. I can't even think. I cannot even think. What happened there? I was in a championship fight, and I was doing what I had to do, what people deserve. Give me a clog until the end. That's what happened. I gave it up, and it seems that the girl is injured. I do not know, and that's all I can say. The questioner's response is, do you think this could have been a cyber attack? By the interviewer says, do you think this could have been a cyber attack? So I'm being a victim of that, and the truth is that, it's very delicate. People cannot imagine how much damage they can do. The thoughts that can make you have, that you will feel trapped, impotent, alone, and even knowing that I'm not. Because I have a beautiful family, I have a daughter, and I have parents. Thank God, and they are tonight with me, and they know what I'm going through, and they have not released me at all. I take them with all my heart. Yeah. Oof. So she's not giving. Wow, that is. I think there's the rest of the interview here. That is. Yeah, she does not take any responsibility for anything else. That is. Wow. But that, to me, that's amazing. In fact, according to Dave Meltzer, Sexy Star was on her third story. She didn't know she was injuring Rosemary, which she was apologizing to her, which I would tell about Rosemary talk about. Second, it was all a work. And three, they were all, shooting and everything else. They were all ganging up on me, and I needed to defend myself. I'm like, I haven't watched the match, but the people who did watch it, basically said that no, it was a bad match, and everyone went their old stuff. But this right here, yeah, it just a lot of people who seen it, it's just basically said this was not, everyone wasn't going after against a Sexy Star. This was Sexy Star went into business for herself, and that is shameful. This is like really shameful, and a lot of people are just saying she's done. She's just like not working for her. She's lost tons of booking, a lot of booking here. At this point, she lost a ton of bookings. WrestleCade dropped her. Wrestle Circus has dropped her. There's a lot of other wrestling and more have dropped her and everything else. And GFW, their response was a really by the numbers response here. The reason why I think they can't really say anything because, well, mostly they're trying to keep their relationship with AAA intact. But at this point, yeah. Yeah, that's just right there. That's just, Yeah, and by the way, here's the GFW issue statement saying, quote, it was an honor for GFW to be invited and participate in Triplemania 25 held this past weekend in Mexico City. The AAA talent that we have worked has been concerning professionals, and the company organized and delivered an extraordinary event in which both DJ Z and Andrew Ever had spectacular stories following their recent surgeries. While the incident with Sexy Star marred an outstanding show, AAA executives have confirmed to us that the appropriate measures are being taken in respect of this incident. Both AAA and Sexy Star have apologized to Rosemary. It is time to focus the positive this weekend. Triplemania 25 outrated the other sports entertainment event on Saturday evening in Mexico. Eddie Edwards became the first Gaijin to win the GAC heavyweight title at NOAH, and look forward to building our relationships with AAA and NOAH to bring an ever-improving wrestling product to our fans. Yeah, that's wow. And the funny thing is, Triplemania 25, I heard it was actually a pretty crappy show. I don't know if I'm going to review it or anything, but a lot of people have a very negative influence. The people who are talking about it had, when it was going on, I looked on Twitter, very negative responses about Triplemania 25. But then again, that could be my circle. There were people who thought it was really good. But, it's... But GFW should really try to protect really try to protect their protect their talent. You wouldn't see this happen in WE. First off, they are trying to slowly do that with other shows and everything else about their contracts and deals with other like European and not European, but UK feds and everything else with the UK Championship and such. I imagine that those deals would end pretty daggone quick if someone basically tried to break Tyler Bates' arm or someone like Pete Dunne's arm. I mean, they would be like, "No, you're out." And imagine that happened at this Triplemania, and then and the WE. Imagine this happened to one of their women. Imagine that. Imagine what would happen if Sasha Banks, was in this situation and she got hurt, and they had Triple H or anyone else playing on it. They're like, "No, we're pulling out. We're not being a part of this. This is BS," and they will leave. They'll say, "That relationship, you've injured one of our main stars. We're done." And I understand they can't really do much of that because this is the problem with taping your shows all the way to advance. In fact, they taped their shows so far out, it is middle of October for Bound for Glory. So they taped their shows way far in advance and such. This is another negative of taping shows that far in advance. You can't really do anything. I mean, that is that's right there is the reason why no one actually, can't really do any changes or anything like that. You can't do anything. All you can do is basically, all you can really do is just try to, edit around the stuff. But now it's like pretty much they're stuck there. They're pretty much stuck in this position. But you know what, but you know what, GFW, TNA, or whatever you want to call them, they live with these you live with this stuff, man. It gets you live with dogs, you get fleas, and quite honestly, I think Jeff Jarrett and the people behind it should really take a hard look at AAA, and don't ever try to work with someone like Sexy Star ever again. It really, and when I heard this stuff out, I'm like, pretty much, I can't really watch Lucha Underground at this point. I'm like, I'm done at this point. I saw Sexy Star and I'm like, nope, I can't watch her anymore. And seeing how she, she could have been so much of a positive figure. She was like, and the positive figure she is and everything else. And it just flushed away out to her because of this stunt, this idiotic stunt she pulled. And again, this will, by the time Lucha Underground does, would they fire her? Would they write her off? I don't know. Here's hoping they do something. Because I will, if they try to push her again, I just don't care about Sexy Star or anything else about with Lucha Underground or AAA. I never wanted to watch AAA. Now, if they're going to continue doing business with someone like Sexy Star, I'm like, no. Rosemary did not deserve to get injured like that. And luckily, it's just a sprain and she'll be right back on her feet. When you do stuff like that, that's basically a blacklist. You're done. You're pretty much done. Well, that was fun. We're going to take a small little break here, and we're going to play a little of songs. Let's see. What can we play that is something good? How about someone from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, let's see, Ninja Turtles, that little Shell Shocked, TMNT Shell Shock from OCRemix.com. You can get the album there for free, by the way. Go and check that out. It's great. So I'm gonna play one more song for that. How about we play a little bit of, you know what? Let's do some Turtles in. See what I say. I haven't played this in a while. How about Cowabunga Technotrome? Let's Kick Shell. You're going to play a little bit of that here live on the Dukect Lounge on TalkShoe.com. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be right back right after this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect, here live on TalkShoe.com. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Ha! So, well, let's see. Let's talk a little about Monday Night Raw, everybody. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. And honestly, there's a segment I want to talk about. I honestly didn't care most of it because, honestly, besides the Paul Heyman stuff with Brock Lesnar actually using the mic, and honestly, I don't care what people say. I like Brock Lesnar speaking. He's not that nice, he just, he's like, he sounds actually, the body act, he's like, oh my gosh, he just jumps about. But actually, I like his promo style. He just doesn't give a fuck. And I love that. I love it. But, there are a lot of issues there. But then we cut to what happened on Monday night. We'll cut to the other stuff that happened on Monday Night Raw. Let's talk a bit about the Roman Reigns, John Cena promo for No Mercy, the match No Mercy. First off, I have no idea why the hell they're doing this, waiting for this match. This is a match that should be on WrestleMania. And I know. The way they're building up matches on pay-per-views and such, because it seems silly, because it used to be, a big money match, big money and everything else. Meanwhile, guess how much WWE Network costs? $10. I mean, the days of big pay-per-views, coming in like, oh my gosh, all the money coming in, it's pretty much nearing its end when you can buy content for $10. It's not like, breaking the bank. You're not really giving this person, the lower the price is just like, yeah, you make WrestleMania seem to be no different. It's legitimately a continuation. There's no real, not just in booking fallacy, which is pretty much an issue with WWE nowadays, because every pay-per-view, because quite honestly, WrestleMania feels no different than a pay-per-view like No Mercy or any of these beast shows, because other than the extravagant, the huge big sets, nothing is really, there's no finality at WrestleMania. Rarely there's anything in a feud that just basically, ends a feud. In fact, most of the feuds continue on. The only things the feuds that did not continue on and ended was Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, which may or may not continue, because supposedly rumors has it The Undertaker was lurking around the SummerSlam, but and such. And then you have Triple H and Seth Rollins, which is, because that feud was so good. But honestly, it's smart they ended it right there, because if they continued that feud, that terrible feud where basically Triple H had to do whatever. It was right back at the time when Triple H was doing his whole, trying so hard to be a heel. And, with, I remember he had to try so hard to do that when he did it with John Cena. And in some cases, he didn't. He was just like, yucking it up like he did with Roman Reigns. He was getting cheers. It's amazing. But yeah, it's that whole stuff right there. That's the whole crux of the issue ladies and gentlemen and such, about WrestleMania is that nothing really ends. It just continues and continues. All the ends are really lackluster. You know? No real hardcore resolution. Wait. This WrestleMania had Cena and Miz and their respective, significant others, Nikki Bella and Maurice, fighting for pointless things and pointless stuff. So yeah, that was over, but they still basically have feud stuff there. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. WrestleMania doesn't really, there's no ending, there's nothing really there for WrestleMania. That's my point. WrestleMania is just another pay-per-view. And with basically $10 and everything, it basically just screws not only the booking philosophy of WrestleMania being just another show with just prettier lights and a longer entrance ramp, and basically there's no, when you have WWE Network is all their pay-per-views for $10, and all the other pay-per-views are WWE Network events are just seem to be throwaways. I have to say it. WrestleMania, even though I like WrestleMania, for the most part, it's a throwaway pay-per-view. It is the same stuff. The reason why people seem to like WrestleMania is just because it's the history behind it. The finality of feuds, where the villain won or lost. It's that type of thing there. And quite honestly, unless John Cena is going to retire or this feud is going to go off and continue, I just don't see it. Unless it could do something interesting, have Cena, have Roman Reigns earn his right to win and everything else. Have Roman Reigns or John Cena, that's, the loser going to this, journey to find themselves or something. Because you could do that. But again, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. They had a nice, interesting promo battle. Roman slipped up a bit. He paused in some cases and John Cena hit some big stuff too. And Roman Reigns hit some stuff too, but it just came with the same stuff. Cena sucks, this, that, the other. And that should not be the Roman strength there. Roman Reigns should have just came in, said like 2 or 3 word promos, and just speared him. Instead of just talking and talking and talking and talking. I'm like, I'm done with that stuff. So much exposition on Monday Night Raw. So much exposition, and I'm sick of that stuff. I am sick of these long and pointless promos that in the end amount to nothing but time wasters. Even more time wasters, you had Luke and Gallows show up, because why not? Because they need a heel, they have to team up again, that sort of stuff. It's funny how the WWE is supposed to be current edge and try to be current, when quite honestly, the best things the big mainstream stuff right now is how misfits and team getting together and working issues out, and actually being sustainable and being likable and friends and everything. Like with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, beach balls aside against Cesaro and Sheamus, which was another teams that were forced to work together. But that stuff right there is interesting. It is interesting in that. And quite honestly, the WWE seems to miss that. And I really think they are missing the boat on this and trying so hard to be everything and nothing. They should, honestly, on the real, I probably wish that Roman Reigns went on SmackDown. Just won like the tag titles or something. I wish they had a Mega Power storyline or something. Shake things up. Have Roman and Cena team up or go after the tag belts or something. It would be interesting. Sure, you're copying it, but yeah, it would be very interesting to see these two play off of each other. Hell, I wish Randy Orton and Cena did it when they were feuding, because it would have been actually a nice different side of pace with these two. Or the same thing, because hey, mainstream stars do it. And heck, you see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins doing it, and people seem to like that. And I actually hope they continue on with that tag team title run. I really wish we had more of that type of fusion in WWE, and that's to me what's missing. I mean, heck, I have my Justice League Wall big poster thing, and not only that, you have, like I see, Justice League, you got and the Avengers and all these other stuff. These things make big money, and the WWE's like, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to make things, me, and I, and everything else. At least DC is seemingly doing a course correcting. I think they don't know what to do, but at least they're trying to do course correcting. WWE, I don't know what they're trying. They're trying really hard to make Roman Reigns a big deal, and honestly, it's going to continue to burn on both ends. I like Roman Reigns. I really do. I think Roman Reigns is very good, and I think he should be the ace of the WWE. He should be the top guy. And someone said, oh, what about Braun Strowman? Like, dude, Braun Strowman gets cheers, and he does cheers, he's nice and all, but he's a monster. That stuff burns down quick. And quite honestly, I'm going to say this right now, and I think most people will agree with me. I would have Strowman go after the Intercontinental title. You shouldn't be facing Brock Lesnar right now. You shouldn't face Brock Lesnar. Quite honestly, I don't think you should face Brock Lesnar, period. I think he should have lost. He was right there. I think he should have won that Battle Royal. He should have been in that Battle Royal and faced, personally, I think Joe should have won. And Joe should have, if you want to do something, have Joe, have a little bit of like, hey, Brock Lesnar, I'd say, have a number one contender match or something like that. Have Samoa Joe versus not Braun Strowman, but have like something like I really wish they had a ranking system to have somehow have Samoa Joe become the number one contendership again, and have him beat Lesnar at No Mercy. And then you have Joe and have him win, have him be the guy for that right now, be the placeholder. Have Joe be that placeholder for right now, the placeholder. Reigns, I say he continues to build and build and build. And quite honestly, I still think you could do something. If you want to turn him heel, fine. But if you do turn him heel, if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, I think you have to have an antagonist and such. Braun is fine, but you need someone with more of a personal ties. Maybe we want Seth Rollins, maybe someone like that. But I don't think you have to do all this. I don't think you put Strowman here in the main event. I think you need the good enough time in a dominant position at the mid-card. I say him win the Intercontinental title for a while. I think him winning the Intercontinental Championship right now would be a great start for him. I think if he did that, you would see him be like, whoa, like, wow, he won the Intercontinental title via shenanigans and everything else. It is something, wow, that's stuff right there. It's like, man, that's actually pretty cool. He wins he won the championship. I think that's something, that stuff right there will help immensely. I think that's the one thing that the WWE should do. I think this actually should be one of the most important things they should do, because if they do, you could build him up naturally and have him hold that title for a while, and have, say, Apollo Crews win it or something with the whole title to the worldwide, and then have him build him up for a long, and then have him win the championship at SummerSlam or something. Have Lesnar. I think if you want to have Lesnar for one more year, I say let him have that whole thing with Reigns, which I think have Roman Reigns. Personally, I would, Joe, Reigns. I wouldn't say. I want to have Strowman, Reigns, and Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania, because I think that would be good. But I don't think Strowman should, because I don't see him winning. I don't want Strowman to win there. Reigns would be pretty good though, because I think Reigns is the better guy at the end of the day. I think he's more versatile. So that's my personal opinion. I think that's my personal stuff there. That's what it is. I think he, something would really be something. I think something like that would help out Strowman. Reigns, again, I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know what they're doing with John Cena. This whole back and forth promo stuff and that. I don't know how they else going to do with John Cena. Like some people say, John Cena destroyed Roman Reigns' career. It's over. Some say they say Roman Reigns is okay. I don't know. WWE is not going to go bankrupt right now with the guys right now. And quite honestly, there's a lot more issues about who's the top guy or not, because there's no direction right now with WWE. Right, no direction at all, ladies and gentlemen. WWE needs to have a direction. And if they figured this out, not just in the main event, but also in their women's division, their lower card, their mid card, upper tier, it's a mess. There's no structure. And they've been skating on their brand for so long. They need to stop this. They need to look at to say, hey, you know what? Our profits are not doing so well. We need to find a structure. We need to find, we need to know what, what is our plan? Other Reigns, like Reigns going to WrestleMania, fine. But let's have him go to a decent road. Don't flip the script every week and a half or anything else. Have a consistent plan. Lucha Underground shows you could do that. And also feature wrestlers and such. That you, other stuff. I know I'm repeating the same thing, but yeah. Of course I could be wrong and crazy and all that good stuff, but yeah. It's just, yeah. I just hope that the company could get better. I don't see it happening anytime soon because they don't know what they're doing right now. And even people love Strowman, trust me. Oh, WWE will screw that up. They can and they will. They haven't built a good babyface. Quite honestly, the only time the WWE has a damn good babyface right now, a real good one, is Rollins, and the only way you have to become a good babyface is not being in the main event. It's like when the WWE's not really focused on you, then you can actually be decent. That's not the case with some people like Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt, but that's another case for another time. But it's just there. You have to. There's so many. They are highlighting people's weaknesses and not their strengths. It's gonna happen to Strowman as well. So I don't know what else to do, I don't know what WWE's gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Because quite honestly, even if they have the directionless in the women's division, not just NXT, they just I honestly think it was done to basically make Asuka completely untouchable. Now it's just the women's division is pretty much DOA. You have SmackDown division has some direction of what they're going to do, but Raw, I don't know what the heck they're going on right now. And even still, they need to do something to really manage not just their time well, but also their women's division, but also their other divisions as well. It's just a huge cluster. Anyway, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching, listening, and etc. I want to hear your thoughts. Comment below. Let me know. And and next time we'll be the same time here live on TalkShoe.com and everywhere else in between. Thank you so much for listening. It's Dukect here. Peace, love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.